Hi, I'm Frankie Loyal. I'm at Born Free 15. Today I'm going to be interviewing the people who help shape, motivate, and inspire the motorcycle community, not just locally, but statewide and also globally. I want to find out their motivations, inspirations, and future aspirations, all from a two-wheel perspective. So let's see where the road takes us. Let the stories commence, and here we go. Today I'm here to introduce special guest Frank Ball Jr. How you doing, Frank?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. How's it going at Born Free for you?
It's going good. It's hot, but it's going good so far.
Yeah.
No complaints.
You come out here every year.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So you've got a booth you're set up on your company. Tell us about it. Want to hear about it?
Yeah, I'm here with my my family's lifestyle and leather brand, and we're promoting that as well as one of my good friends, Frank, who he's another Frank. He has his paint company, Vicious Cycles, who we're now working closely with the brand. And we also have a booth directly across where I have my tattoo parlor and four good friends that are tattooing the people of Born Free this
Nice.
weekend. Yeah, yeah.
So how long have you had your company? What's the history of the beginning of that?
Um, the company's been around since 2013. My grandfather started it, Keith Bandit Ball. Um, it originates from Long Beach, California. It's a leather company, and we also sell a lot of other stuff. Soft merch, accessories, things like that. Um, the name comes from my grandfather's racing company. He races bikes at Bonneville. For a while, he had the land speed record for the fastest panhead in the world and the fastest shovel head in the world. And right now, he's currently working on a trike that's he's trying to break a world record with. So that's kind of where the five ball racing name comes from. We kind of play off that. The five ball is like a funny story. My grandfather, he's been married. Now he's on his sixth marriage, but he's been married five times, and that was kind of where the name originated from. He was everything he's done in his life. He attributes to his five recent ex-wives. So that's kind of people think it's because there's five balls or something
Right.
in the family or something, but no, that's kind of where it all comes from. We just kind of ran with it because it's got the racing colors and everything. It just kind of works good, looks cool, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
So this is something you've grown up with within the family. This is something that's in the lineage, not just with the riding, the motorcycles, but the subculture of it, but the clothing, the company. This is just something you were kind of more or less you're kind of bred for in a way, yeah.
yeah, I guess so. Honestly, I never thought that I would be in like I guess like a motorcycle fashion. I guess you could say like industry or whatever. It just kind of happened like that. I just kind of very inspired by the men in my life, my father and my grandfather. Um, and I just rolled with it because it's fun. It's another creative outlet, and I like working with all the cool people I get to work with because of the brand
Right.
and stuff.
Anyone you
It's a
care to
lot of
mention?
fun. Um, like my buddy Frank, the Vicious Cycles. That's his handle on Instagram. He does a lot of cool paint and resin and stuff like that, as well as just even people that we feature in photo shoots and stuff that are builders and guys that like to customize their bikes or make choppers and stuff. Just your regular everyday dudes, but that have like a passion for motorcycling and building. Like just
Right.
even doing stuff with them, super fun and um, yeah, that type of stuff's super cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And you also tattoo.
Yeah, I tattoo for a living. I tattoo 5 days a week. I've been tattooing now for 16 years almost. I
Right.
apprenticed under my father. He's been tattooing 35 years. He apprenticed under Mark Mahoney. He's been tattooing for as long as
Right.
time's been around.
Right.
Fucking-
Actually know your
Yeah,
father.
yeah, yeah.
Good man.
Yeah,
So
he's cool.
yeah. So you all seem to fall in that line of
Yeah, the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Strong work ethic,
Yeah, the guys
creative
in
one.
my family, everyone's pretty much into the same stuff, you know?
Mad respect.
Yeah.
So currently now, anything happening like either in 2024 or geared towards 2025, uh, tattooing wise, with your company, anything?
Recently opened up my own tattoo parlor. I just came up on a year. It's
Nice.
located in Venice Beach, California. Um, Windward Circle, like right near the old Venice sign.
Right.
Um, so I've been really focusing on that, you know, and trying to get that as cool and neat as possible, I guess, for myself and the artists that work with me at my place. Um, that's been like a huge leap in my life. I've never owned a tattoo parlor
Mhm.
before, and it's kind of the same thing. I wasn't really trying to open up a tattoo shop.
Right.
I had a private studio before because during COVID,
Right.
um, all the shops were closed down, so I kind of was like forced to move into a private studio so I could keep working, so I could eat and pay my
Right.
rent and all that stuff. And my landlord from that building reached out to me and said, "Hey, we have this space. It's across the street from the beach in Venice. It's a really good location. The area is a little rough, but we think you would be good for that. Like
Right.
maybe you could clean up the area with some of your buddies or whatever. Maybe it would keep some of the riffraff away. You know, we'll rent it out to you." And I went and looked at the space, and I like immediately fell in love with it because how cool the vibe was, you know. And it was a little funky outside, but we took care of that, you know. And
Right.
when I came into the shop, there wasn't even any lights in there. I was looking around with a flashlight. The floors were fucked, like
Right.
concrete was chipped, and just I had to level out the concrete, get all the floors done and everything. It was cool because I got to build it up from scratch. But originally, it was like it's a loft, so I was gonna tattoo upstairs, and I was gonna have a retail store at the bottom for the leather company. Um, but the further I got into it, the more, you know, people kept walking in wanting to get tattooed just off the streets, and I was, you know, busy with my own clientele. And there were some artists that kind of came to me. This my first artist that came to work with me. His name was Trevor Miller. He's an apprentice of Mr. Cartoon.
Hmm.
He's a local LA or worldwide, I guess, legend. You know, it's been around a long time. And my buddy Tim, who apprenticed under my buddy Nathan Costeco, Tim Shriver, and it's just kind of like organically kind of went like that to where
Right.
there's people that have come, and now it has become like an actual tattoo shop without me even really trying to make it be like that, you know. So
Right.
that's been something I've been really focusing my energy on, and it's been going smooth, you know. I can't complain. It's just getting better and better every month.
Good.
And with the leather company, we've been working with like some same stuff, like a lot of new creative people that have helped point me in the right direction on how to make some cool moves and getting more people involved with it. It's just been cool developing a lot of new products and styles. My girlfriend Chanel,
Oh,
or
Chanel. Right. You met her
yeah,
earlier today.
soon to be fiance, she's helped me out with the women's line, which
Right.
has been really cool because that's been something we didn't really direct a lot of attention to or energy, you know,
Hmm.
because I was like, it's already hard enough designing shit for men. You
Right.
know what I mean? I don't know what chicks want, you know what I mean, or how
I can
it's
relate on
supposed.
that one with ours.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it. Yeah.
like how it's supposed to fit or whatever. Like it's, you know what I mean. So it's been cool having her help. She's been putting in a lot of work lately and getting her friends involved, and I've been able to work with other, you know, females or other women that I, you know, admire their style and stuff to help
Right.
give us creative direction. And that's been really cool, you know, because like I said, that's
Right.
something that I like was not paying it. Like I was too tied up just trying to make the guy stuff look cool.
Right.
I never really
When
even
you're in it, it's
considered.
hard to kind of see what's going on
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, and now I see like how important it is to have that type of stuff in a
Right.
brand, you know. And that's been really fun. That's like what's been happening like very recently within like
Right.
the last 2 3 months.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah,
I mean, the
yeah,
thing is, I met you briefly through Brian at Bartell's just in passing some time
yeah,
back.
Brian, yeah,
So, with your company, tattooing, running a business, and just your personal life, how the heck do you get out and find time to ride? I mean, or do you?
I ride every day, you
Right.
know, like that's just my means of transportation, you know what I mean?
I'm with you on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just, and my girlfriend, she rides and she's super involved with the community and stuff. So it's like, it's never like a drag or something. I have to like, it doesn't really take a lot of effort, to be honest, because I'm riding to go do what I need to do all the
Right.
time. But then it's nothing to tell her to get on the back. Let's go up to Neptune's or something, or let's ride to South Dakota to go see my
Right.
grandfather or something. So it's cool. I went and did a tattoo convention up in Sacramento that my buddy Britty puts on, the Cap City Classic, and all my homies ride too. So, and a lot of them tattoo as well. So I just, get a group of dudes together, jump on the bikes, smash up
Right.
there, go. We ride and have fun, then also get to like work and be
Right.
creative and make art and stuff. And very blessed and fortunate in that
Right.
regards. You know what I mean? As far as being able to make it all work, I
Right.
guess, even with the time being so spread thin.
I gather. I mean,
Yeah.
I gather you're super grounded. You're very humble, which is, especially with everything that you're doing, which is very commendable. It's honorable,
Thank you. I appreciate
especially
it.
in this day and age. It's really nice to see.
Thanks.
It's a breath of fresh air, and it seems like with all the work that you're doing and everything, if you're enjoying what you're doing, because I kind of feel that way about life. When I'm enjoying what I'm doing, it doesn't feel like work all the time, even though it is work.
Right.
I mean, we work to kind of live our best lives,
Yeah.
but you take that stand on that too, or
Yeah, I can imagine you're hella busy too with all the stuff you're into. You got music and acting, and now you're this denim company.
yeah,
Yeah.
and very much like you, it was the last thing I ever thought was going to happen.
Right,
I
right.
mean, it
Yeah.
all came about because I couldn't find the right pair of jeans to ride in because I'm a daily rider. I don't cage it.
Yeah.
So with my build, my size, we had to find, I found Trinidad,
Yeah. Yeah.
and where we're at now and how this has evolved, it's mind blowing to me. But so when I hear it's like, because part of me is like, I shouldn't be here. I'm one of those guys that come from that, and the fact that I am and things are happening, you know, we put our time in, but it's still nice to look back. I mean, I'm half a century old plus, so it's nice to reflect on, but to hear what you're doing, to see what you're doing, and like I said, you family comes highly respected. I also know your mother, and she's just a courageous, great lady. I mean, she helped me out in a jam once, so
Oh, yeah.
so yeah, and it's just good to hear that people are doing things and they're not just sitting on their laurels. They're still moving and pushing, and that's what you're doing. You're on the move all the time.
Yeah, I feel like I have like some, not that I'm like trying to compare myself or anything like that, but I feel like it's my obligation almost to kind of like honor the men that have raised me and taught me everything I know. So
Right,
I don't really have like a goal as far as like what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make them proud of me any way I can.
right,
Like I'm not, if I make money, that's cool to help like fund my lifestyle that I enjoy, but I don't really need a whole lot,
right,
um, as long as I can be creative and go on rides and take my lady to a nice dinner and,
right,
do stuff like that and buy the very simple things that I like, I'm pretty happy. It's cool that it's being well received, because I've just been kind of been going off instinct, to be honest.
right,
I haven't really put in a whole lot of, there wasn't like a master plan or anything, or there
right,
still isn't. I'm just going with the flow, and I'm really fortunate to come from the family that I come from because I don't really know anything else. I guess like I'm just kind of doing what I know, and I'm lucky to have them to where they support me and back me so much.
right,
Like they're there for me every step of the way. Whatever I want to do, they're down to help me in any way they can, and as well as my friends and the people around me. Like we put on a show in January, and it was like a very last minute thing, and the same thing. There wasn't really a whole lot of thought put into it. I was doing sometimes I paint commission pieces and stuff,
right,
and my sponsor actually in AA, this guy named Josh, he owns a bunch of restaurants called Fat Sal's, and he commissioned me, my buddy Alloy, and my buddy Atlas to come paint one of his restaurants. And we were painting his restaurant, and I was just joking around with Atlas, hanging out. He's actually here. Him and his lady rode out. They ride choppers and stuff. They're super cool. Um, and he goes, "Hey man, you know anyone that wants to rent a warehouse for 7 grand a month in Boyle Heights?" And I was like, "No." Like, I don't know anyone that wants to pay 7 grand a month for a warehouse in Boyle Heights. I'm sorry, you know, like,
Right.
and I go, man, like, could I rent it for a night? I've been wanting to throw like a little party or something. And he goes, yeah, yeah, that's cool. Like, we'll, throw it. If you make some money, break me off. If you don't, whatever, don't trip.
Right.
It's all good. I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. That took like the stress down a lot because I wasn't like, okay, I got to come up with 5 grand to
Right.
rent this place out for the night. It was like very low key, relaxed. But then it just happened really fast, and I was like, man, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I got everyone to just reached out to all my friends, and they all made it happen. Like there's OG cat named Gonzo. I grew up with my dad. He's like an old Unity head. He came and just set up this like for like a just really homie hookup, like got me everything I needed to like actually like have like a good to put on a good show, because even the dudes in the bands were like being super, like they just wanted to do it, you know what I
Right.
mean? So for them wanting to do that, I was able to like spend the money to like get a good stage, good PA,
Right.
good lighting. Like, so since they were doing me a favor and doing everyone else a favor and playing, like and Gonzo made that all happen. And then like all the photographers involved, like Billy the Kid, Estefan Oriol, Merrick Morton, like,
Esteban, right.
yeah, like Estefan goes way back with my dad. And
He's helped us out a lot. He's a good
yeah,
man.
like, these guys have done so much with their careers, and
Right.
they come from nothing, and they're well respected internationally
Right.
by everybody. It's like I'm just lucky to know these people. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
and I've been around them. Like I'm
I
just
could
very
really
fortunate.
Esteban too. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
photo that on the trailer. He took that
yeah,
one of
yeah.
us,
Yeah, that's the
and he was
ones.
just really gracious. He helped us out, and I was a fan of his work, and I was on the bucket list. If I had to be photographed, I always wanted to be photographed by him.
Yeah, he's
And on
amazing.
the show we were on, he got to do us one season, and I
That's
thought that
cool.
was going to be it, and I didn't know it'd be happening again.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
rad. That's really cool. You gotta do that.
but with that being said, I want to say a couple things. First off, I enjoyed the time that I got to have with you,
Yeah, yeah.
talking, get to know you. I think very highly of your family. It's true the apple didn't fall far from the tree, and you seem to honor them by doing what you're doing. You're doing the deal. You have a good lady. You seem like a very grounded, family-oriented guy, and you're humble as hell. And it's nice, and it's duly noted.
Thank you.
And I just want to thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate
Glad to
it.
have you.
Yeah, yeah.
Ride safe out there. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.